You know about my man's John Ricottone, homie.
Illuminati is a thing you need to watch out for. They want to depopulate and slave us so much more. World domination, I'll get into that later. I'm hardcore, fierce and sexy. You're just a hater. You deserve the ridicule cause you're an absolute zero. I'm the keeper of the chalice, a rock and roll hero. I'm not an idiot nobody listens to, cause I'm not a failure in life like you. Let's talk about Bill Gates and the mark of the beast, and the orgies in the streets at the Catholic feasts, and Bill and Hillary's human trafficking ring, and George Soros got the money to pay for everything. Socialism is for losers, working for the devil. Chumps that can't fight, they ain't on my level. It takes an evil one to try to debunk and doubt it, so I'd rather die than stop talking about it. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out for the Illuminati.
I'm MC Too Tall. Don't be gross. You're watching the MC Too Tall show. You saw what happened, right? Democrat primaries. 3 radicals became Democrat nominees. One of whom even primaried out an incumbent. And they did that because, they're anti-Jewish or what have you. And I don't know what that's about. It seems to be a popular thing on the left to be anti-Jewish. I mean, I'm not Jewish, and I go out of my way to prove it by eating bacon and putting it on video and putting it out there as proof to you that I'm not Jewish. But I'm not anti-Jewish. As a matter of fact, I believe anti-Semitism to be real, and I often fight side by side with them against such a travesty. But that's neither here nor there. We live in what seems to be a solid community in a blue state, in a blue city. I live in Gravesend. Some people from Gravesend, like Sabak Red from Nonfiction. He lives on the Bay now, but he's originally from Gravesend. Actor and director William DeMeo, who even named his series after our fine neighborhood. And it seems to be a solid community, except one thing, our assemblyman. We had the same assemblyman since 1997. And the whole time, that man's been going along to get along, telling the people what they want to hear, and then neglecting their needs, because that's a Democrat thing. Democrats do that. They flip and they flop. They tell the radicals what they need to hear. They tell the moderates what they need to hear. They tell the conservatives what they need to hear. And then do nothing to appease either. And if anything, will bend to the whim of the radicals in fear of getting primaried out, like these 3 sorry saps got primaried out. Enough of that. Start electing Republicans. 2 years ago, I voted to re-elect Nicole Maliotakis. It was the first time voting for her because they had realigned the districts, and I was voting for Jerry Nadler's opponent prior to that. And Nicole Maliotakis won, and I am so proud that she is my congresswoman. For state senator, we had a radical incumbent at the time that was fighting a dirty campaign against her Republican opponent. That Republican opponent was Steve Chan, ex-police officer, and I gave that man my vote. No regret, no remorse. He's been doing a fine job as state senator. These two people I intend to vote for again. So, state senate is pretty solid now. All you have to do is just keep re-electing him, and we'll do fine in that area. Our representative in Washington, Nicole Maliotakis, keep voting for her, and that area will do fine. We'll have good representation in Washington. State Assembly, though, we got to get that incumbent out of there. We've got to get Bill Colton out of there because he does nothing. He does nothing. Garbage piles up in our parks, on our streets, even in front of his very office. The garbage piles up. So when you elect Democrats, you get garbage. And I intend to vote for a solid, stand-up human being by the name of John Ricottone. And I found out recently that, yes, you do pronounce the E at the end of his name. I've been calling him John Ricottone. It's pronounced John Ricottone. I like pronouncing people's names the way they pronounce their own names. And so, this person is ex-police officer, and he's dedicated his career to child safety and just things in general that build and maintain the quality of life. And you want a good quality of life here. You don't want that diminished, and in fact, where it's been slipping, you want it picking up again and getting back to normal again, so that we can live like human beings again. We got people taking their household garbage, dumping it in the streets far away from their homes. That's something careless animals do. Hopefully there'll be stiff fines for doing that. I hate slobs. I hate clown bums. And that's something a clown bum does. And they should be fined for it. Our parks, same thing. Children play in these parks. And you got garbage there attracting the rats. They burrow in the holes in the parks. And at any given moment, a rat could just jump out of one of these burrows, run right towards a child at play, and bite a child. And that could be your child. That doesn't happen if we have an assemblyman like John Ricottone. And I am hoping and praying that others feel the way I do. I intend to give my full support to this man. Hell, I might even go to his fundraiser tonight. As a matter of fact, I'm committed to go to his fundraiser tonight. And that's going to be at St. Philip's at 1072 80th Street in beautiful Brooklyn, New York. I would urge people to come, dress as snazzy as I intend to dress, and we'll have a good time because we'll be in solidarity against the evil left. And it's very important that we oppose the evil left. It's very important that you have things like defeating the evil left on your mind. You have to worry less about who's got the coolest clothes in the neighborhood, or which dancer is the best dancer in the nightclubs, if you're even still going to nightclubs, treading through the horrible subways into Manhattan with all that woke nonsense going out there, and people willing to back up that woke nonsense with senseless violence. You gotta look in your own backyard. You gotta look at your state assembly and ask yourself why somebody that's supposed to be representing you is so concerned with replacing the words mother and father with gestating and non-gestating parent. I like to know how Glenn Danzig would respond to that. Will he have to rewrite his song Mother and sing gestating parent? Tell your children not to look my way. I mean, it's getting ridiculous. The most basic of language they want to change. And Bill Colton and Huckster Hochul are in on that. Which reminds me, Bruce Blakeman will make a much better governor than Huckster Hochul has been. But there's more about John Ricottone. John Ricottone is against that sort of nonsense, that gestating parent nonsense. He's against the woke nonsense being in your children's schools. Now, people will ask, well, you don't have kids. Why should you be so concerned of the children? Isn't that, it is not creepy at all. Those children could grow up, any given one of those children could grow up to be the doctor that, God forbid, has to perform open heart surgery on me or fix a broken leg. I hope never to become injured or fall into any kind of health risks. But when those children grow up, any given one of them will be my doctor. Any given one of them will be the police officer that I have to rely on if somebody is chasing after me with a butcher knife. You know, I don't want those children growing up to be the cop that approaches me. Oh, someone's chasing you with a knife. Is that him right there? Well, before I stop him, who did you vote for in 2016, 2020, and 2024? Oh, Trump? Well, then I didn't see nothing. You know what I'm saying? We have to teach the children right. We have to teach them to be moral and to protect their constituents if they gain positions of power. And it starts in the schools at a young age. And of course at home. And you want your home and your school to coincide with how your children are being brought up. John Ricottone will see to it that that is the case. Immoral people be either regulated or removed. And I like that because I believe in morals. I believe in clean streets and parks. And I believe in John Ricottone. And with that, I say unto my people, respect God, watch out for the Illuminati, like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe. Stay strong, keep kicking that slang. It's your boy in the building, hip-hop legend, recording engineer, underground rock and roll hero, MC Too Tall. Don't be gross.